Tropicana Entertainment Center here in the heart of Rio. This is Bush House, Nigeria, returning with 20 questions. Many thanks, wonderful members of the audience. Many thanks, wonderful members of the 20 Questions community. As you may know, 20 Questions is a Parlour game on TV, on radio, and online. And if you have a panel, sometimes a threesome, sometimes less, sometimes more. All they do from start to finish is grapple to arrive at a given object within the confines of 20 questions. Let me quickly tell you, such objects are known beforehand only to my humble self, the judge, as well as mystery boys who supply them, and indeed members of the audience who supply all the applause that you get on the show. Today, it's my privilege to say that we celebrate the first anniversary since the comeback of 20 Questions. Can we please put our hands together for us? At this point, let me turn my attention to those who will make things happen, and they're led by the brand new father, I.D. James. I.D. James is a panelist like none other. He recently became a father. So nice to see him. He's the hit man on the panel. He leads his two young friends, young colleagues today. I'd like to start with Thespian Steve. He's Thespian. He's in the theater industry right now. He's one of the big boys of Bush House, Nigeria. And it's my privilege to have him on the panel, having gone through the 20 Questions Clinic. My privilege, my joy, to welcome Stephen Sunday. Stephen Sunday smiles like a beautiful boy, and it's just nice to see him. Okay, this the immediate past Director General of the 20 Questions community comes from Itinan. Has been my mentee for 20 years and counting, and he remains that. And it's my privilege to welcome to the program Usoro Peters. I have a few top personalities here with us, and it just behoves me at this point to take them. The number 2 citizen of Urwan local government area is here, and that's the vice chairman of my local government. Help me to welcome the Right Honorable Bassi Bassi. And talking about Urwan, we have another elder sister and leader. It's also here, and it's my privilege to welcome Obon and Frina Akpanusong is in the house. Put your hands together for her. Let me move to Oro Nation and go to Ataoro. Let me go to Okobo, and 2 very great Nigerians, 5-star Nigerians are in the hall. They come from Okobo local government area. Let me start with a father, a leader. Was civil servants for many years, and then retired into peace and all the joy that is having now. The national chair of Udom Mandate Renewal Movement is in the house. Chief Sir Okon Esan. Thank you. And then my mama, very supportive woman. As a matter of fact, when she was director of marketing at AKBC, radio and TV, she did everything, not only to support 20 Questions, but also Bush House, Nigeria. We just celebrate the fact that she is here. The big mama behind Fono, Friends of the Needy organization. It's my privilege to introduce this wonderful woman, Mrs. Eme Atapo. Okay, in that same spirit, I can tell us the mystery voice on this edition of the program would be Otobong Obot. Just being joined by a #1 sponsor, somebody who has almost single-handed kept this program on air. Pastor Uwem Andresen is in the house. Please put your hands together for him. So nice to see you. Please welcome. Please be seated. So nice to see him. Great man, humble man, great pastor of the Living Faith Church and of the Multiplied Grace Fellowship. He does wonderful work, and I'm quite happy that the Accountant General, for the first time I can say it on this program, the Accountant General of Akwa Ibom State is right here, Pastor Uwem Andresen. Please give him another round of applause. My name is Michael Bush. I'm the chair.
Bush House, Nigeria, on October 1st, 2017, staged a sensational comeback of 20 questions, rebranding what previously was a radio program to a radio, TV, and online parlor game. 1 year later, the stupendous impact created on the 20 questions platform is overwhelmingly tremendous. Notably, the Udom Case campaign on the program commenced last year with impactful and life-changing programs, ranging from gifts, soft loans, and skills acquisition to confectionery trainings, scholarships, and medical support to members of 20 Questions community and even fans of 20 Questions. Interestingly, most benefactors of the scheme are entrepreneurs and employers of labor in their different capacities today. Launching the Season 2 of the Udom Case campaign on 20 Questions, His Excellency, the Deputy Governor of Akwa Ibom State, Mr. Moses Ekpo, MFR, had this to say.
Many years ago, I was anchor person of the 20 Questions that was running in the Eastern Nigeria Broadcasting Service. This special program has its own ramifications and the kind of contributions it can make, not just intellectually, but socially, connecting and enlivening knowledge at every point in time. I want to thank you for conceiving this idea.
It was indeed a spectacular experience at the Ibom Tropicana Entertainment Center on Tuesday, October 23, 2018, when the first anniversary of 20 Questions was celebrated since its spectacular return. The recording of the witty, compelling game to mark the event had the presence of the Accountant General of Akwa Ibom State, Pastor Uwem Andrew Esin, as the star audience member. Other important dignitaries were Mrs. Eme Atapo, Elder Okon Esang, Mr. Etub Ikon, and many others. As the special guest at the event, Pastor Uwem Andrew Esin had this to say.
Bush House has been a wonderful friend we met by accident. Before now, the name Michael Bush I used to hear on the radio. It's wonderful with history and dates. The other time when we were talking, he asked me my philosophy in life. So I told him that I have two principal philosophies drawn from the scripture. Number one is that anything you do as unto the Lord. As Akwa Ibomites, let all of us team up. I recall there was a time in this state that you cannot sleep on your veranda. In fact, that time our prayer life was so high. Because you need to put all the psalms before you can even sleep. And when you are waking or when you are on the road, you must be on the road with your Psalm 23, the Lord is my shepherd. But by the grace of God, I remember there was a time in this same Akwa Ibom we prayed that God should give us peace. And the Lord God Almighty gave us peace. Our next prayer, Lord, let the peace be sustained. Amen. So for the peace to sustain, I want to ask, let all of us team up and do what we need to do so that we will continue to enjoy the peace.
The spirit of 20 Questions far transcends just a program. It is a movement, a belief, a culture of virtue, love, value, discipline, respect, ethical and attitudinal acceptability. 20 Questions has provided a solid platform for young people to be mentored, trained, and groomed for tomorrow's challenge and the task of today. Welcome to the 20 Questions community, the fastest growing intellectual community. Truly, Udom Case.
Mystery Voice, preamble over. If you are set, I am. Object number 1. Mystery Voice.
Pacifistic. Pacifistic.
Finalist. Abstract. Bad news.
One word, Mr. Chairman.
One word.
A noun.
Not a noun.
Mr. Chairman, I know we live in a vice world, but you are a virtuous person.
Absolutely. I'm happy you say that. Yes.
So is this abstract a virtue?
Yes, it is! 3 questions, panelists.
Is it an action word?
What does that mean, an action word? A verb?
Verb.
No, it's not a verb. It's not a doing word. 4 questions, panelists. 4 questions. When you get to the 15th question and you remind me, I'll tell you why I brought this on the program.
Is it a descriptive word?
A descriptive word, yes it is. For those who are watching or listening and then wondering what is that, it's an adjective. 5 questions, panelists.
Does it describe kindness?
In some sense, but don't take a round of applause so that you are not misled. 6 questions. It describes kindness. That's a very good thing to say. You know, kindness is not just about giving material things. Sometimes you can give abstract things.
Mr. Chairman,
yes.
This adjective we're looking at, does it have anything to do with royalty?
Royalty? Not necessarily, but you never know, especially in Nigeria where all sorts of things have all sorts of things to do with all sorts of things. 7 questions, panelists.
Mr. Chairman, has it anything to do with support?
Which support? Support 2019, support 2023?
Perhaps to assist.
Yes, it does, but no. 8 questions.
Mr. Chairman?
Yes.
Let's look at politics.
Politics. Good.
Is it a political word?
Is it a political word?
Yes. Even though we may not have so many virtues in Nigerian politics.
Is it a political word?
Is it a political word?
Oh, and you are confining it to Nigeria?
No, I was thinking aloud.
Aloud, okay.
Is it a political word?
It's not a political word per se, but it's something, especially Nigerians would be very happy if we had politicians who possessed this quality. 9 questions, panelists. It's not a political word per se. It's possible socially. It's possible religiously. It's possible accountant generally. It's possible educationally. It's possible phonally. You know, it's possible 20 questions everywhere.
Mr. Chairman.
Yes.
Let's look at loyalty. Is this word you're looking for a consequence for loyalty?
Not necessarily. 10 questions. So grateful to everyone who has made this particular edition of the program. As a matter of fact, we also like to thank the brains behind the Keep Right campaign. I know that they've done so much to support everything that's happening on the program today. The Keep Right campaigners, thank you.
Does this word start with the alphabet S?
11 questions, I'm afraid now.
Mr. Chairman, is this word playing out in the studio right now?
What word? The rice? The anniversary rice?
The abstract you're looking for.
12 questions, yes.
Mr. Chairman, let's look at punctuality.
Aha, it's the soul of business, right? Yes. This is a D word, but I don't know whether it has anything to do with punctuality because it could still have this word. This word can be used to describe you, but not so punctual. 13 questions.
Are you looking for the word peaceable?
Yes, I am! Yes, I am! 14 questions.
So you're looking for the word peaceful?
It's not yet Uhuru.
No, I'm not asking a question. No.
But you just said peaceable.
And then you said, yes, we are. That's why I was thinking the...
Okay, it's peaceful. By the way, we say that a place, a state, a community is peaceful. But when you want to use that word with human beings, you use peaceable. It's human beings who are peaceable, but a community, a place, like for instance, Akwa Ibom, just been told, is the most peaceful state in Nigeria. Can we put our hands together for Akwa Ibom?
Mr. Chairman,
14 questions, yes.
This adjective,
yes.
Does it define relationship?
Does it define relationship? 15 questions. Yes, it can, but I just wish you stay on that disability reign.
You said at 15 questions, we should remind you.
I brought this here, you know, I'm sure you all bear me witness. I've never really done this, but this is anniversary, and I'm trying to do things differently. In some sense, I would think that I brought this here to describe the leader.
Mr. Chairman, are you looking for the word peace?
16 questions now.
No, Mr. Chairman, we know that ever
Yes.
since Deborah Emmanuel took over Akwa Ibom State, there's been relative peace.
Even you say so. Which one is your political party, sir?
I'm a pastor.
You're a pastor. So how do you call your own political party? Church Party of Nigeria?
Jesus Christ of Nazareth.
Party of Nigeria. Of Nigeria.
No, not Nigeria.
Okay, of the world. Okay, that's good. You want to ask whether this is not a question, whether this is for the governor, this word?
Yes, Mr. Chairman.
I'll give him a round of applause. Yes. You know, I'm just in a different kind of spirit, as you would notice. I just get to remember some of the things that happened to me as a person. You know, I think it was in October 2009 that I actually settled down in Abuja. That was after my wife had been kidnapped in this town in July of that year. You know, so for me, when I see a leader that's giving us peace, even if he wasn't giving us anything else, it's just something we should not take for granted. And I pray that we don't get back to Egypt. We don't get back to those days. I really, really pray.
So at this point,
16 questions.
Are you taking peace? Peaceable? Peaceful? So that we
Yeah,
can
actually, I can help you. The word has something to do with the Pacific Ocean. You know, Pacific Ocean has something to do with peace. That is the word that I brought on the program. I count that as 17 questions. 17 questions because we wasted our time. Yes.
No, so Mr. Chairman, you ask, and answer, and count.
Oh my. A very unchairmanship thing to say. The top man on radio and on TV is here. Eto, you can please put your hands together for him. So nice to see you, brother. Yes.
Mr. Chairman, say one more thing about this.
What is there to be said? I told you about Pacific Ocean. Now I'm telling you about pessimistic. You know, remember the day I told us about prostitution on one hand, and the other one was what? And cross. I told us that the person that defects from one political party to the other is not a defector. A defector is when, for instance, you run from North Korea and go to South Korea or go to some other part of the world. But the person that leaves a political party, one political party to the other, is a prostitute. So today, I'm also coming here. I've told you about Pacific, and then on the other hand, pessimistic. Can you make that into one word and give me?
I'm looking for a word out of these two words.
Yes, I am. 18 questions. You know, if I.D. James were not a pastor, were not a GM, he would be a stand-up comedian.
But when I retire.
Oh, you still go there. 18 questions, panelists. Can we land?
Mr. Chairman.
Yes.
Are you looking for pacifistic?
Yes, we are. So they got that, mystery boys, and so...
Mr. Chairman, another round of applause.
Okay, please give it up for him. Mystery boys, the last object on this edition of the show.
Land, as a fundamental factor of production, boosts agriculture, which is an important sector of every economy. The extent to which its role is performed is determined in part by methods of acquisition and arrangement for its ownership and use, even to the cultivation of food crops. This is one of the focal points of the Udom Emmanuel administration. A clear proof of his concern and love for Akwa Ibom people, Governor Udom Emmanuel, through the Ministry of Lands and Town Planning, guides individuals and corporate bodies interested in land acquisition and ensures: 1. They obtain all necessary documents, including certificates of occupancy. 2. They obtain building plan approval to avoid stiff sanctions and demolition. And 3. They build only on government-approved locations. That's right, Udom cares.
This message is powered by Bush House Nigeria for Akwa Ibom State Ministry of Lands and Town Planning.
Mystery Voice.
Next President of Nigeria. Next President of Nigeria.
Easy cake. Animal.
Chairman, for the past 1 year, your animal has never been an easy cake.
I apologize.
This, your animal, is humor-centered.
Human-centered? Not sure.
I'm not asking a question because you know it has to be. Is it human? That's
Well,
the first question.
but I've counted. Can we go?
Is it human, Mr. Chairman?
Human!
Human title, Mr. Chairman. Is it a human title?
It's a human title! 3 questions, panelists.
Is it gender biased?
No, it's not. 4 questions.
Is the title professional?
Is this title professional? What does it mean, professional?
You have to earn the title.
You have to earn it.
Yes.
How? For instance, we can all here collectively give it to you without be earning it?
No.
Okay. 5 questions now.
Studying to
Studying to
Mr.
say
Chairman,
self-approved. Yes.
Is it something that can be conferred on someone?
Yes, it can be conferred, but it's not a chieftaincy title. 6 questions.
Mr. Chairman.
Yes, although in Nigeria everything is possible now.
No,
Yes.
Mr. Chairman, I think we should establish something. I was not even having my mind was not around chieftaincy title. For instance, we remember the late Dr. Imesam Sulumana that was overly nowhere based on what he did. He didn't give himself that title. So I'm looking at a title that can be conferred on someone based on what he did, either humanitarian and or
It can also be
some act
conferred.
of wickedness.
I knew you were going to land there. It can also be conferred on something you didn't do. 6 questions, panelists.
Mr.
6
Chairman,
questions. Yes,
this
Mr. Peters.
title, is it a religious title?
Well, that's what they think they can make it. The God will let them. 7 questions.
Mr. Chairman, has this title any political connotation?
Yes, it has!
Mr. Chairman,
8 questions, yes.
only God
Only God.
is the supreme God.
Absolutely.
And it is only the one God that can make you to become something. In the light of the above, is your title centered around what we've just mentioned?
What did you mention now?
Only God.
Only God.
And
Only God and one God.
One God.
So what am I supposed to answer?
Yes or no? That's what you've been answering all the time. All the days.
9 questions. That's a technical knockout, really. Yes, fantastic question. Because only with God can you make progress. Only with God can this human title be possible. So please give them a round of applause. 9 questions, panelists.
But Mr. Chairman, I want you to remind us that you said that it's a political title.
Yes.
Okay.
Now, not changed my mind. Yes.
Let's stay. We are all from Akwa Ibom State, even though the program is not local.
Yes. Politics is local.
Politics is local. So let's localize this title.
Okay.
In Akwa Ibom State, can we say this title is only God that can make someone to become this in Akwa Ibom State?
Well, I'm going to say yes, but I'm also going to tell you that if you had Americanized that question, if you had Asianized it, if you had Europeanized it, I would still have said yes. So it's a yes. Put your hands together for them. 10 questions.
Since it's a political title, can we also say that it is an elective?
Elective. Do you have to be elected? I'm just being careful not to mislead you. But I'm going to give you a round of applause.
Health as wealth. Udoma Akwa Ibom has worked relentlessly to revamp the health sector. His efforts in transforming, among others, General Hospital Ikwita Oron, General Hospital Etinen, Methodist General Hospital Itungbang, and the construction of Emergency Operations Center Ikorekbene are undeniable proofs that our future is healthy. Akwa Ibom is blessed.
Udoma Akwa Ibom in 30 seconds, a Bush House Nigeria initiative, is sponsored by Engineer Etido Ian.
11 questions. I try as chairman just to be on the safer side so that you don't accuse me of misleading them.
So are you looking for only God?
Only God is elective? Only God.
Yeah, I can choose to make him.
Only God.
I remember one of the legislators that chose to go to a stream to bath naked to become.
Okay.
That was only God.
12 questions, panelists.
Okay, so Mr. Chairman, don't mislead us again. If we have mentioned what you are looking for, tell us to go back there.
Can you imagine?
Yes.
So if you have mentioned it, I should ask you to go back.
Yes.
So what if you have not?
You take it as a question.
Yes, but if you have not mentioned it,
lead us to it.
Beautiful. Excellent. 13 questions.
Mr. Chairman.
Yes.
Is this title here because of 2019?
Yes, it is! In spite of myself, I couldn't say no. 14 questions, panelists. Yes.
Can we say this, your title is an hashtag title?
It's possible, but Nigeria is not at that stage yet. Akwa Ibom is not at that stage yet. 16 questions. 16, yes. When you say one word, I counted in my mind. You thought I'd forgotten. 16 questions.
Okay, so Mr. Chairman, it's not too early to tell us.
You said elective. What was in your mind? Were you thinking about councillorship? Were you thinking about House of Assembly? Were you thinking about Senate? Were you thinking about House of Reps? What were you thinking of? And then somebody came and said 2019. Futuristic.
Mr. Chairman, I tell you I follow your lead.
Okay, absolutely. And that's how to survive on the program.
And oftentimes you mention stuff and omit something. Usually it's that thing you omit that become the object.
Wow, this guy just completely reads me like a book.
Mr. Chairman, you've mentioned the House of Assembly.
I mentioned all of those
Senate,
things, yes.
Yes.
What did I not mention?
Did not mention the governorship. Is this object here, has it anything to do with governorship?
No. 17 questions, panelists. So what else did I not mention? I'm looking for the next leader. I'm looking for the leader for the future. I'm looking for leader 2019. Whether it's for the country or it's for the state, is something that you alone can tell us.
Mr. Chairman, let me just think aloud.
Yes.
So you answer
Please
aloud.
Please do.
Are you actually referring to governorship 2019?
No, I can't count that. I'm not looking for that. I would have given you that. But I thought you left that and you mentioned something else.
Yes.
But you were nonchalant, you were lackadaisical about that, so I didn't count it. So you want to go back there? You want to go back?
Yes, Mr.
What is that?
Presidency. Then we'll talk
yes, it has something to do with the presidency. 19 questions. Pastor, I just want to take time and thank the members of the audience, the very top personalities we have. The Accountant General of Akwa Ibom State, Pastor Owem Andre Sien, is in the audience. So to the Vice Chairman of my home local government, the Right Honorable Basi Basi. So to my sister, my elder sister, Obonwan Mrs. Frina Akwanusung. It's very nice to see her. So to the Phono Chief, one woman who has done good all her life. And I hope that even in retirement, she continues to reap good. And that is the Friends of the Needy Organization boss, Mrs. Emeatako, formerly Director Marketing at the AKBC. And then, of course, the National Chairman of Udom Mandate Renewal Movement, a retired public servant himself, Chief Sir Okune-san. I'm so happy to have you in the audience. Yes.
Mr. Chairman, are you looking for the next president?
Of Zambia? Of
the next president of Nigeria.
Is that a function of breastfeeding? Or did I breastfeed you? Did I spoon feed you to arrive at that?
And I belched.
Please put your hands together for them. That's about it. We just pray and we believe that God, who has said that when we pray, He would answer. He's just there to answer. That He will give us the president, the next president of Nigeria after His heart. On that prayerful note, ladies and gentlemen, we must leave it here. I'm grateful to I.D. James, Stephen Godwin, and then, of course, Usoro Peters. Put your hands together for them. Otobo Mahmoud has been my mystery voice. I'm happy for him. I'm happy to him. He's also waiting for the first anniversary of his marriage, just as we've had the first anniversary of the comeback of 20 questions. I'm grateful to everyone in the hall, notably our star audience member, that is Pastor Owem Andre Sien. I'm grateful to Consulting. I'm grateful to me. My name is Michael Bush. Goodbye. Good night. God bless you.